I'd been in the polygraph field full-time for 18 years, and this particular morning I decided to water a plant. My thought was that as the moisture arrived to the leaf of the plant, the plant should be a better conductor. I should get a reading on the chart. Well, strangely enough, I didn't get this at all, and in fact, it did just the opposite. And I must say that as of 14 minutes along in that initial observation on the morning of February 2nd, 1966, my life just hasn't been the same.
Short of Aphrodite, there is nothing lovelier on this planet than a flower, nor more essential than a plant. The true matrix of human life is the greensward covering Mother Earth. Without green plants, we would neither breathe nor eat. On the undersurface of every leaf, 1 million movable lips are engaged in devouring carbon dioxide and expelling oxygen. Altogether, 25 million square miles of leaf surface are daily engaged in this miracle of photosynthesis, producing oxygen and food for man and beast. So are the words of journalists Peter Tompkins and Christopher Bird, who, together, set out to enlighten the public to the work of Cleve Backster.
Who is Cleve Backster?
I'm Cleve Backster, and during the next 6 weeks here in San Diego, you're going to be involved in a very intensified instructional course in the use of the polygraph, or so-called lie detector.
Responding to the initial experience, when a plant apparently read his mind, Backster works nights on his own in his small laboratory.
Born in 1924, Cleve Backster was a CIA interrogation specialist. Using polygraphs and galvanometers, Backster could determine whether or not a subject was telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. It all began on a fateful night in 1966. Impulsively, Backster decided to hook up his lie detection electrodes to the leaf of his office Dracaena. What ensued would change his life forever.
But then it occurred to me, just about 14 minutes along, what would be the real optimum threat to the well-being of a plant. In fact, the imagery of fire entered my mind, and I not only thought, but I fully intended to burn the very leaf that was being tested with a match.
To Backster's surprise, the polygraph's tracing shot up at the very moment the image of fire entered his mind. This indicated that the plant was aware of his intentions. It indicated that the plant had read Backster's mind.
I have heard a bit about Cleve Backster before. Plants can feel things just like humans. I, for the majority of my life, have really just been in love with nature and being in nature. I think that has to do a lot with my grandfather. Anytime I would hang out with him, we would always hang out on his back porch and in his garden. They can communicate with each other through pheromones. That's a proven scientific thing. He died whenever I was in middle school, and I just I wasn't really in nature for a really long time, and that had a lot to do with my mental health, I think.
So I do think that ESP is real, and it's mostly due to an experiment that was done, and I specifically don't remember, but if you Google it, you're going to figure it out.
These elephants would eat this tree, and then the tree would be like, ah, no, I'm being eaten. And so then they would send chemical pheromones that the other trees would like pick up.
On two different plants. One of these plants would say, the person who was experimenting it on these two plants were saying, to one of them it was saying a bad word, and then to the other one it was saying a good word.
I was able to just kind of surround myself with nature again. That helped me a lot.
So then when the elephant moves along to the next tree, chews on the leaves, it's like, bleh, bleh, it's poison.
You see the bad person, the plant that had the bad word, or we used to take the bad word, it was more rotten, or it looked more sad in a way compared to the other plant where it was more alive and it was more good looking, I guess.
Yeah, I also just really love plants and dedicate a lot of my art to it too. Just kind of honoring nature through my art.
You express the negative energy, and I do think the plants feel that.
The work Baxter did towards unveiling the mystery that envelops plant life can't be overstated. As a devout and passionate scientist, he introduced a depth to plants that the general public was unaware of. Baxter may not have proven anything, but he certainly did dish out some food for thought.